A couple of notes on points that were raised today. First of all, I know that as the second smallest county in the state, we do have 3 commissioners, and that's been something that's been in place for longer than I can even tell you. But I will tell you that when I go to training, I often do hear comments from other communities where they have 5 members, possibly even 7 members on their board. And you know the old expression, too many hands in the cookie jar? That really is what it seems like for those communities. There's, you know, sometimes there may be conflict here, but I think you've elected 3 intelligent people, and sometimes that happens when you have leaders that you're going to disagree on certain items. But to add 2 more, not only would be a greater expense for this community, but it would make things even more bureaucratic than I perceive them to be now. So I would not be in favor of more commissioners. Hopefully we'll be able to streamline, but I do expect for us to maybe establish a practice of what email communication would look like when we choose to use that in the future, just for transparency and also just to have a level of ethical behavior, I guess, established for the board in regards to that. Next, I would like to mention and thank the RWR Authority and the members that sit on that board. I know that there's a lot of time involved in what you deal with, and a lot of investigation and research that I couldn't even guess how many hours you guys spend on those issues. And so, you know, hopefully we will move forward with today's motion and decision, and with the support of the RWR staff, who also puts in a thankless job, and I do appreciate all that you do. I hope there will be healing and some vision that will come out of this, and that we can all move together in a very positive manner and do some more great things in Rockdale County, because there's a lot of work that still needs to be done. Next, I would like to thank Don Butler, who works at Elks Aidmore and has done a tremendous job. And in my experience in dealing with Elks Aidmore, she has been a breath of fresh air and has done just some really unique things and brought a lot of creativity to what they need as a nonprofit in their fundraising efforts. So I commend her on not just the event they're having this weekend, but all of the events that they've had preceding this to really market it. I will be out of town this weekend, but if I were here, I would definitely be at that event, and I've told many people about it. And thank you, Karen James, for mentioning that again today, because, you know, there's never enough press for a great event like that. And next, the Clean and Beautiful Committee. I appreciate the members of that committee and the efforts that they've made, and all the volunteers that showed up on April 7th. I think a lot of what we need to do is educate the public. I can't tell you how often I might be sitting on the 138 bridge and somebody sitting across from me throws out a cigarette butt. And it's good that traffic moves a little bit quicker at those times, because I need to keep my mouth closed. But we do need to educate the public. And it is very disheartening when some trash the community and don't have a better appreciation for our beautiful community and what we have. So hopefully that'll be a part of the plan as we move forward, is educating people about the importance of keeping our environment better tended to. And then the last note I would like to say is to invite our public safety officials with both the fire department and the sheriff's department and 911, of course, to an event that we're going to have at Peachtree Academy. We've done this for several years, and all of our students are required to participate in community service. And one of the activities that we do annually is that we invite our public safety officials to lunch, and the children and parents actually help prepare the food, and it's a great time for them to see our public safety officials in a very positive light and have interaction at a younger age. So it's not just when you get in trouble that you call those people, but they're a fabric and part of your community in a very positive way. So that'll be May 4th from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So we've always had a good turnout for that event, but we would like to honor those that serve us in that way. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Commissioner Nesbitt, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I feel like today has been a day of renaissance in Rockdale County. There's been a lot of great things that take place at this meeting. This meeting has had a lot of community spirit in it. And I want to start off by very briefly congratulating again our own Lieutenant Slade from the Rockdale County Fire Department and Rescue for his 35 years of service again. Also, hats off to Mr. Michael Minkoff and Mr. Lou Belcher for being such the community pioneers and trendsetters of bringing, so much talk is about unity. But through their efforts and through their leadership, we had a strong show of unity versus division through the leadership of Mr. Lou Belcher and Michael Minkoff. And it just cannot be taken for granted at all. We certainly salute them for their work. Also, I want to say that in reference to the Sunshine Law that was mentioned about the ability for the commissioners to be able to send emails to each other. You've heard me talking about the Sunshine Law here in the state of Georgia, and as it applies in so many municipalities and governments all across the great land, it has prohibited us from allowing us to communicate one commissioner to the other. The email will open up an opportunity for positive dialogue between myself, Chairman Oden, and Commissioner Van Ness. And this is a wonderful thing. I think the Sunshine Law has just gotten brighter, and it does take a lot of the load off of our Chief of Staff from having to referee between three personalities, and I will say also three intelligent personalities that represent all of the citizens in Rockdale County. So again, this is like a day of renaissance in this community. I want to say thank you to Ms. Eatman, who is a very thriving member of the Miller's Chapel Baptist Church, and for her paying attention, and all of those people who are watching Rockdale Channel 23 and paying attention to what's really going on in Rockdale County. And I really do appreciate, it is refreshing. Let me just say it is refreshing every now and then to hear a positive and a very kind word, not just from Ms. Phillips, but from Ms. Eatman and all of those people that we run into in the community. And it makes a major difference when people take the time to come to this podium and they're not beating up their commissioners, they're not criticizing their commissioners, but they're taking a moment to say, we appreciate you for the service that you provide to all of the citizens in this community, and we really do appreciate that. So I wanted to really give a shout out in a big way for the fact that folks are paying attention. To the young man, Mr. Chris Peacock. Our young people are involved in so many different things in our community. I'm a big news watcher. I watch the news over and over all day long. And we can never say enough when young people get involved in entrepreneurship and learn the essence of starting their own small businesses. Mr. Chris Peacock has started the Peacock Grill over on Erin Bridge Road, and I want to encourage all of you all, yes, I'm giving him a big plug right now, go over there and do business with this young man. He came out here this morning and he talked about where his business is located. Those are the kind of things that I want to see our local media outlets highlight and spotlight when we have young people who are starting business and trying to do something positive in this community. Don't just listen to what he says. Go buy a chicken wing or two. Go see Chris over the Peacock Grill. I'm going to have lunch with you real soon. I want to give him a big shout out. Also, hats off to Mr. Dwight Wicks, Dr. Terrell Gibbs, Mr. Garvin Haynes, and Elaine Nash. The passion and the challenges of RWR and the Rockdale Water Resources in terms of the Rockdale Water Authority, sometimes it's like being in a tug-of-war. But today it was clear that two different entities working together for a common goal has come together, and we will be able to move progressively forward on behalf of the citizens of Rockdale County. The leadership of Mr. Wicks and Dr. Gibbs, Mr. Haynes, Ms. Nash, and the entire board of the Rockdale Water Sewer Authority has certainly paid off in a progressive way, and we have high hopes of what you guys are going to be doing in the days ahead. Again, we will be down at the ACCG training conference, the annual conference for all of the commissioners across Rockdale, across the state of Georgia this weekend. Myself, the chairman, and Commissioner Van Ness, we will not, unfortunately, be able to participate in the Elks Aid More. Listen to the name, Elks Aid More. They're bringing a very diverse quality concert this weekend to the horse park, and we're encouraging everybody. It's music that everybody participate in. Of course, she mentioned Atlanta's own Mr. Ken Ford and the great B.B. King. His youngest daughter is going to be a part of the lineup. That's going to be a very exciting and interesting concert, so we encourage everybody to get out and be a part of it. Last but not least, I certainly want to say again, hats off to the Conyers Rockdale Clean and Beautiful Council, Ms. Phillips and all of the wonderful folks who make up that council. She talked about there being a lot of trash in Rockdale County, but we've got the right people on the task to clean up the trash and keep Rockdale clean and beautiful. Thank you so much. That concludes my announcements for today.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your comments, Commissioners. First of all, let me just say this here, ladies and gentlemen, that this is a great community. This is truly a great community. When you have so many people with diversification, different thoughts and ideas, there will be discussions, some favorable, some unfavorable. But you must embrace everybody's thoughts and opinions, because everybody has a thought and opinion. There are many people who also put out false information. There's many people who also put out derogatory statements. There's many people who always like to attack. But thanks to those people today that came out today and talked about those things that are positive. Let me show you something here. While in Washington earlier this week, Baxter Corporation decided to move within our reach. They moved to Covington on the borders of Walton and Newton County. 1,500 jobs. That's going to impact Rockdale County in a huge way, because those 1,500 jobs will create a subsistence, or some subsidiary jobs, which could probably reach the neighborhood of another 1,000 to 2,000 jobs. Well, guess what, Rockdale? We are perfectly positioned, because those people got to live somewhere, and we have a great community for that. So I want to thank them for that. First, let me go ahead and secondly say congratulations goes out to all of our special recognitions today. The proclamation for Helping Hand, the proclamation for Mercy Heart, and the proclamation for the Rockdale Medical Center. That's a community working together. That's a community working together. And to our beloved 35-year service lieutenant of Fire Emergency Services, for his 35 years of dedicated services. That's huge, ladies and gentlemen. And finally, Michael Minkoff. You are a shining example of what a person can do to make a difference. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. How many more Nathan, Christian Dwight are out there, Rockdale? How many more? How many more Trayvon Martins are out there, Rockdale? American and Rockdale, we must stop the double standards, stop the profiling of our youth, and bring forth justice for all people, not just some folks, but justice for all of us. Remember, we are all in this boat together, and united we stand, and divided we definitely will fall. I say let's stand. Rockdale, we will have many ups and downs, trials and tribulations, setbacks and stumbling blocks in life. But the magic is when we remain true to ourselves and to others. So I say, as someone said earlier today, do unto others as you would have others do unto you. And I wish you peace, happiness, with a high expectation of hope. So keep hope alive. And, ladies and gentlemen, attention, the clergy of Rockdale County, Rockdale and Religion Roundtable with Commissioner Nesbitt on May the 7th here at the Assembly Hall, 901 Main Street, from 5:30 to 7 p.m. RSVP, if you'd like to, at 770-278-7001, and do that by Tuesday, May the 1st. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I say thank you, and I want you to have a great day. Madam Rutledge, is there a need today